channel. So today's video is going to be on this makeup look. So for this look, I used the Kylie's Diary palette. This is from her Valentine's Day collection, and this palette is absolutely gorgeous. It opens up like a book, and then she has her first two blushes in it, which I think are just stunning. I love the shades. So I think I used either 4 or 5 of these eyeshadows to create this look. So while I'm doing it in the video, I'm just going to tell you what I think about them as individual shades. So I just wanted to do this tutorial for those of you who got their hands on this palette. I hope a lot of you guys did so that you can recreate this look. So I'm just going to get right into this video. So if you aren't already, then please subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know how I got this makeup look, then just keep watching. Okay, so I already primed my eyelids off camera, and I used the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And the first shade that I'm picking up from this palette is called Be Mine. It's just this lightest salmony pink color, and I'm just going to be putting this in my transition area. And the brush I'm using is just a blending brush from Kylie Cosmetics. So I'm just very lightly dusting this all over my crease and transition area just to get a little bit of a base down so that blending is easier when we go into the darker shades. And then I'm picking up just a tiny bit of the shade Love Potion, and I'm using a Morphe R38 brush. And I'm just ever so slightly dusting that right over top of where I put that first shade, just to kind of start layering the shades and make them more vibrant. So I'm just doing the same exact thing, just right over top of that first color. Then I'm taking the shade Heart Eyes on this little tiny packing brush. This is a BH Cosmetics 132 brush. And I'm just going to start doing the halo eye. So I'm starting to pack that in the very outer corner of my eye, and then I'm bringing that right up to my crease. And I'm not bringing it any higher than that. And then I'm doing the same exact thing on the inner third of my eye. So as you can see, I'm leaving the very center of my eye completely blank because that's where the shimmery shade is going to go. And we don't want to be putting any of this matte shade underneath it because shimmer shades don't show up very well over matte shades. So that's why I'm keeping that area completely blank. And when I get towards the center, I'm just kind of like flicking my brush. I don't know if you can really see on camera, but I'm just like kind of lifting up my brush as it gets towards the center of my eye to start kind of like a fade. So I'm just going to keep building that shade up until it's about the shade that I want it to be at. And then I'm going to start putting that right above those two shades, so kind of making like a little roof above them and just connecting them at the top. I'm going to switch to a blending brush, and I'm using a Morphe M573 brush, and I just picked up a little bit more of that product, the same eyeshadow Heart Eyes, and I'm just going to start blending all those edges out so there's no harsh lines. So basically just want to keep going back and forth until everything is completely blended out. Okay, now I'm going to start cutting out the top of my halo eye. So I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer, and I have the shade 0.75. And then I'm going to start doing kind of like a cut crease, but I'm only doing where the halo eye is. Not bringing it any farther past the center of my eye. And as you can see, I'm doing it a lot higher than my actual crease is because I kind of have hooded eyes, and all of the skin in between my actual crease and up where I'm making this cut crease, it all just kind of disappears when I open my eyes. And so I want to be able to kind of see it when my eyes are open, so that's why I'm doing it so much higher than where my actual crease is. And then I'm just going to start dragging that concealer down over the center of my lid. Okay, so now for kind of the star of the show, I'm taking the shade Bay on a MAC 242 brush, and I'm just going to start packing that in the center of my lid. So I am bringing it a little bit farther past, and then I'm going to go in with my blending brush and take a little bit more of Heart Eyes and just start blending those shades together. And then I'll go back in with Bay and touch the center up a little bit. And I'm just going to keep repeating these steps until it's completely blended and faded so that there's no harsh lines or edges. Okay, then I'm going to line the inner and outer third of my lower lash line with black eyeliner. And then I'm using this ColourPop eyeliner in the shade Crybaby on the very center. Then I'm just mimicking exactly what's on the top of my eyelid on the bottom. So I'm putting heart eyes on the outside and then bay on the middle. And for my eyeliner, I'm using the Kylie Cosmetics eyeliner in the shade Black. And I'm just going to be doing a little wing today. The one thing that I've noticed about this eyeliner is that it's a little bit hard to work with because it dries super fast. So what I like to do is just take a little tiny bit at a time and just like work with it little by little instead of trying to do the whole thing because it dries so fast. And then for my eyelashes today, I'm using the Red Cherry eyelashes in the number 48. So while the glue dries on my eyelashes, I'm just going to be doing a quick coat of mascara just so that my natural lashes match the false lashes because the false lashes are black and mine are kind of brown. So I'm just doing a quick coat of mascara. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my lashes like this with my tweezers, and then starting in the center, I'm just going to press those on. And then once that's stuck there, I'm going to move to the outer edge and then press those on. And then just do the same exact thing on the other side. After the glue dries, I just like to take my tweezers and just kind of squeeze my natural lashes to the fake ones just so that it looks completely seamless and there's no gap. And then I'm going to use a little bit of this Ofra Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Beverly Hills, and I'm putting that on my inner tear ducts. Okay, so I already did my foundation off camera and my concealer, and I set that and everything just because I wanted this video to be all about the palette, but I haven't bronzed up my face yet, so I'm using the Hoola bronzer by Benefit, and I'm using a Morphe R7 brush, bronzing up the outsides of my face a little bit. Then for blush, I think I'm going to use this one just because I have some cooler purple tones on my lid. So I think the shade is called Virginity. I'm not completely sure because I don't know if this is flipped or I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's called Virginity. So I'm using a Morphe M104 brush, and I'm going to smile and put that on the apples of my cheeks. Okay, so I just put a little tiny bit on. I don't know if you guys can really see it on camera, but I just barely put a little bit on because I didn't want to have too much. It was really creamy and super easy to blend out. As you can see, it didn't go on like super splotchy or way too much on it at first, so that's really good, and I think she did a really good job, especially for her first ever blushes. To highlight, I'm going to start with the Benefit What's Up Cream Highlighter, and I'm going to take a little bit on the tip of my finger and then just pat that on the very high points of my cheeks. And I'm just going to be using this as a base for my powder highlighter because I want it to be a little bit more intense today, and when you put a cream underneath a powder, it just makes it stand out so much more. And then also putting a little bit on the tip of my nose. And then for my highlight, I'm using the Beverly Hills highlighter from Ofra Cosmetics, and I'm mixing these three shades right here. So these two are just a little bit too dark for me to use, so that's why I'm only using these three. So I'm just gonna kind of swirl my brush around and then tap off the extra, and then just put that on the very high points of my cheeks. I don't like to take this down too far. I usually stop at about where my pupil is in my eye because I do have a lot of texture on my face, and highlighter accentuates that, so I don't like to put it over top of any of my texture. And the most texture that I have starts about right here. See, I kind of hit some of it already and you can see it a little bit, but that's okay, I don't really care. Then I'm also just going to be putting a little line down the very center of my nose. Okay, now for my lips, I'm doing something a little bit more dramatic because I haven't done a dramatic lip in a long time, it feels like. So I'm going to be using the Kourt K lip liner from Kylie Cosmetics. And then I'm going over top of that with Spice. And then I'm taking a little bit of KoKo K on my finger and then dabbing that on the center of my lips. Okay, so that completes this makeup look. I really hope you guys liked this. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.